This is Project O, and a big part of this renovation is the paint. So let's have a look in detail at the entire painting process in collaboration with Dulux. And stay tuned for the amazing before and afters at the end. I'm Steve, and this is Flipping Johannesburg. We're going to focus on two very important areas that were painted. Firstly, the roof tiles of the main house, by showing a step-by-step guide. Secondly, the exterior walls, the front walls and the borders around some of the window frames.
So you can see that this roof is any other word for it, in a terrible state. Make sure that any loose material that you have on this is completely washed off and removed. And to get it back to a sort of a sound state, so that you want proper penetration from your coat and that adhesion, the long-term adhesion. There might be some loose, maybe bits of the actual substrate itself there, so we would recommend that you use a bonding liquid, so something like our Dulux bonding liquid, just as a penetrative coat, but also as a seal coat, to make sure again that the surface is in a much better state.
Yes.
And that will also help you just to get more squares out of your top coat as well, so because it seals it off completely. So then finish it off with your Roofguard, our Dulux Roofguard, which is one of the best roof paints that we have in the market.
So let's chat about the roof. There were quite a few things we needed to address before we could get to the painting. Step 1, repair work. The roof required a lot of repairs due to the fire that damaged the timber and some of the roof tiles. Step 2, waterproofing. We embarked on extensive waterproofing by applying membrane and sealing all areas of the roof, including the ridges and the tops of the parapet walls. Step 3, preparation of surfaces. Preparation is key, so we removed any loose paint, dust or debris that was on the roof by scrubbing it down. We then also hosed the roof down with water. Step 4, priming and sealing. To ensure the roof is properly prepared for the top coats of roof paint, we use Dulux bonding liquid as a binding and sealing coat, which really penetrates into the roof tiles. Step 5, top coats. After a minimum 18 hours drying time for the bonding liquid, we are finally applying the roof paint. We went with Dulux Roofguard. It's a great durable paint, and some of the standout features are advanced UV protection, great dirt and weather resistance, excellent color retention compared to conventional paints, and it's got a 12-year guarantee. It is the best roof paint I've used, I have to say.
Firstly, as you can see behind us, the idea outside here is to have a feature wall. Yeah. So I see that you've done a bag plaster, a feature.
Yes.
So please don't tell me you're one of those contractors that's going to go with a cheap PVA as a primer coat. We need a plaster primer because we're sitting with a plastered surface. So that's the first thing. Make sure the surface is dry. Go with your plaster primer application, and then you've got a couple of good finishing coats. We can use something like our Wallguard. So one of the things that you need to have a look at is that obviously with your bag wash effect, you've got all those grooves, so dust and dirt and all those sort of things tends to settle in there.
Yeah. So
rather go with like a sheen option that sort of allows your wall to stay cleaner a lot longer. So it's a good tip that I can give you. So that's the walls. Plaster primer, allow it to dry, then do at least a minimum of 2 coats of your top coat.
So these are the front feature walls, front of the cottage and the front section of the house. And we plastered over the face brick, but we kept the outline of the brick, so it does have that bag plastered effect. And it's thanks to my painter that suggested we do this whole entire front section, when I had just planned to do this sectional wall. So that was a great idea of his. Then really important to let this new plaster cure for a few weeks, after which we brushed it down and applied Dulux Rock Grip plaster primer on this newly plastered surface. Now, as you can see, we're applying the top coats, and we went with Dulux Wallguard. It's the perfect paint for here because it's mid-sheen, it has dirt shedding properties and mold resistance. For your peace of mind, it also has a 12-year guarantee, so there's no compromise on quality here. This is it. Project O transformed and realized to its full potential. So after extensive repair work to the fire damage section of the roof, this is the final result and it looks great, especially with this Dulux Roofguard paint in Grecian grey colour. You can see how big of an impact paint has on a home renovation and how important it is to do it right and to choose the right paints. So check out Dulux's range of products today so you can get your renovation on in your own home. Thanks for watching.